Excel, a mental evolution podcast where we break down mental performance tips in 5 minutes or less. I'm Dr. Seth Rose, and today is episode 64, where we're talking about a key factor in stress management, an analogy that I've been liking to use lately surrounding this idea of completing our stress cycle. So, we've talked about stress before. It's a natural part of life. There's good stress, there's bad stress. But if we think about stress in this idea of it being like a loop or a cycle, when stress happens, and if we don't close the loop or continue to close that cycle, that is unmanaged stress that can often lead to things like burnout, poor or incomplete recovery, and also mental fatigue. So let's kind of dive into this idea. Now, what is this stress cycle? Your body doesn't just feel stress, right? It responds to it both physically and emotionally and mentally. So when you're faced with a challenge, our nervous system shifts into this stress response mode or this fight or flight mode, where we might have increased heart rate, muscle tension, stress hormones that are flooding the system. This response is helpful when faced with immediate threats, but it's a problem if we don't let our bodies return to baseline. And oftentimes, I see it a lot where unmanaged or unfinished stress responses or not closing the loop or this cycle will kind of keep that gas pedal on. And it's keeping us stuck in a high alert, high stress, leading to fatigue, leading to sleep problems, maybe dietary issues or gut issues, and then also to just reduced performance overall. So the good news is that we can actively complete the stress cycle. And if we go through our day, even with minor stressors or things that don't necessarily feel like they're bad stressors, if we actively close the loop and complete this cycle, it's helping us kind of like reset our nervous system and go back to baseline. So here are just a few things that you can do. The first one is you can move. They've done research that, exercise, stretching, even just a brisk walk outside signals the body that the stressor has passed, and it can kind of like offload some of those stress hormones that have been released. Breathing, meditation, mindfulness, all of those sort of things help shift your body into a more rest and digest or recovery state to kind of close that loop. A couple other things that you can do: laughter or connecting with somebody, social connection, and this kind of humor or laughing it off can help regulate stress hormones better and bring you back to balance. Physical touch, like a hug or even like emotional crying, those are natural stress releases. Maybe you don't want to just sit there and cry, which is okay if you do, but maybe you just want to go and get like a hug from somebody where you're going to get a lot of different hormones released to kind of counteract the stress hormones. And then lastly is creative expression. So things like writing, journaling, playing music, different types of art or drawing, or things like that help kind of flex that creative muscle, helps process things and release stress. So we're not eliminating stress. It's about moving through it so it doesn't linger and closing the loop. So bottom line is, stress is normal and it's meant to be complete, but oftentimes we go through our day not closing the loop. So if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, even at the end of the day or like midday, ask yourself if you've finished your stress cycle or if you closed the loop. And if not, pick a strategy to give your body permission to reset and release it. It's a simple but powerful way to improve your focus and your resilience from stressors and overall well-being over the course of the lifespan. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you found this one helpful. I've been using it a lot lately, and I thought that I could share it with you. Hopefully you don't just manage that stress, but you complete it. We'll see you next time.